Hello, welcome to your second video on ACT prep. This one is about grammar. So I realized I forgot to mention in the previous video that I hope you had a fall break. I hope I have a fall break too because I haven't really gotten to my fall break yet, but I will, and then I'll enjoy being in California while you're all doing this. But I am currently working. Yay, so much fun. So before I keep on going, I just wanted to show you where all these videos will be. So this is your Canvas page. If you come down here to grammar videos, I think I'm also going to call it grammar and ACT prep videos. You'll see all of them. So this one is about compound sentences, fragments, and dependent clauses. This one is about participles, appositives, and adjectives shifted out of order. I did make this one for my sophomores. The one that I'm making right now is also about participles and appositives, but not about adjectives shifting out of order. So if you want to go watch these on your own time, you can. Also soon, by the time you're in school, this video I'm making, as well as the one I made for Tuesday about reading, will be here as well. So if you want to go look at them, you can. Okay, so just a little bit ACT prep grammar review. Remember, I have 4 reasons that you need to use a comma. I'm going to write them down right here. So, reason number 1 is dependent clauses. If they are first, before the independent clause. Reason number 2 is compound sentences. Remember, you combine 2 independent clauses with a comma in fanboy. Fanboys. Reason number 3 is a list, which we really haven't got into yet. Reason number 4 is a suitcase clause, which is what we're talking about now. So we talked about these 2 first quarter. They're in that YouTube video on Canvas if you want to go look. This one we're talking about now. So there's multiple different types of suitcase clauses. The 2 we're going to talk about today, I think, are the 2 most common ones. First one is participle phrases, and then the second one is appositive phrases, which you actually haven't learned yet, but I'm going to briefly explain this to you today because appositive phrases show up a lot on the ACT. And knowing how to recognize an appositive phrase, specifically how to take out what's inside the commas, will change your life. Okay, anyway, participle phrases. So a participle, and we've learned about this, we took notes on this very page. Participle is when a verb, that's an actual word, functions as an adjective or describes a noun. And it ends in either ing or ed. The participle phrase is the suitcase clause. A phrase that begins with a participle describes the subject and is separated from the independent clause by commas. So, for example, running downhill, that's one word. The man tripped over the garbage can. So running downhill would be your participle. And notice you can put your participle phrase before the sentence, after the sentence, or you could even put it in the middle of the sentence. As long as it makes sense, of course, but grammatically, it's okay. So let's look at these. Sally read the book, comma, bent over an anthill. So that would be your participle phrase. I went shopping, comma, sitting on my brother's shoulders. Notice sitting is an ing. Sally came down from her room, comma, running as fast as she could. Jumping higher, comma. I finally touched the ceiling, so jumping higher would be your participle. I dreamt that I got jumped by some guys, twisting, turning, and sweating. So twisting, turning, and sweating would be your participle. Then, covered in sweat, I woke up. And that would be your participle phrase. Unfortunately, pushing the cart, you tripped. So that would be your participle phrase. Now write your own sentence using a participle phrase. So when I go to write a sentence using a participle, a lot of the times a participle phrase just happens without really even thinking about it. But most of the time I just start off writing my sentence. For example, I am so excited to run my race this Saturday. So that's my sentence. Now I'm going to add a participle describing maybe what I'm doing while I'm so excited to run my race. Now, Maybe I'll write a different sentence. I finished running this morning. Finished running 2 miles this morning. Okay, so now for the participle phrase, I'm just going to explain what I look like when I finished running 2 miles this morning. Legs sore, breathing heavily. Oh, you know what? That's an absolute. We haven't learned that yet. I'm in sophomore mode. So I finished running 2 miles this morning, breathing heavily. So breathing is your participle, and it connects back to what I was doing. We'll learn about what leg sore is. That's an absolute. That's another day, though. Don't worry about it. Appositive phrases. So an appositive is a noun or noun phrase that renames another noun that's right next to it, and is separated from the rest of the sentence by commas. So for example, the insect, comma, a cockroach, comma, is crawling across the kitchen table. And notice you can just add as much as you want to the appositive phrase until you have the insect, a large hairy cockroach that has spied my bowl of oatmeal, is crawling across the kitchen table. Now the important part to know for the ACT with appositive phrases is you can do this. And it is still a sentence. The insect is crawling across the kitchen table. Because oftentimes the ACT will ask a question about if this verb matches this noun or something, but there's a huge appositive phrase in between. So if you can just cross out the appositive phrase, then life makes so much more sense. Okay, so that's appositive phrases. I will talk more about these when I get back, and we'll take notes on these, but that's what's coming, and it would be helpful if you knew it for your assignment today. Okay, have fun! Now you get to watch one more video of me, and you can click the link in the comments or just search up the next video. The name is in the subplans. It's also in Canvas. Okay, see you in a minute.